The Morgan Report with David Morgan.
This is David Morgan with the weekly perspective for the week ending 29 November 2019. Well, before I forget, let me just state that the Morgan Report for December was just issued, and anyone that has significant investments in Mexico, it's a must-read. This is something that I've struggled with, but I've done a full editorial on Mexico and what the current status is and where I believe it's going and how it could affect investments in Mexico and, more importantly, what you can do about it. So from that point, let's get on with the financial news. First of all, I like to start with the stock market in the U.S., and we're making new highs again. We're absolutely in a confirmed uptrend, and some believe this can continue for indefinitely, for years to come. I don't hold that view, but I have to admit the market knows more than anyone, and it's obviously bullish at this point in time. How long will it continue remains to be determined, and obviously the political class wants it to continue for the re-election, so that means, of course, through next year or so. Coming back to some of the main headlines, I'm not going to go into detail because it's an abbreviated update, but some of the more important headlines on the economy: global recovery derailed as world trade plunges again. Recovery hope fades for 2020. This is an article on Zero Hedge. I'd highly recommend that you read this article. Again, it's on my overall theme that things are not as they are purported in the mainstream financial press, especially what you hear out of the Federal Reserve and, again, the political class, that everything's wonderful. Another headline: 5 more signs that the global economy is careening toward a recession. This is from Economic Collapse, Michael Snyder's website. And I just want to take a little bit of time here on his 5 reasons for the upcoming situation. First up is that the mainstream press has stated over and over recently that it's being projected that global auto sales will be down approximately 4% this year. And according to CNN, this will be the second consecutive year that global auto sales have fallen. Second one, global trade just keeps falling. According to Zero Hedge, global trade has now declined on a year-to-year basis for 4 months in a row. Third one, Chinese industrial profits just fell by the largest percentage ever recorded. Fourth one, U.S. consumer confidence has now fallen to a 4-month low. And the fifth one, even the wealthy are cutting back on their spending. According to Yahoo Finance, this is a continuation of a trend that we've been seeing the past 3 quarters. Another headline: Fed warns of economic ruin from burgeoning U.S. debt. As we all know, the government borrows money by issuing bonds, and then it orders its central banks to buy those bonds. And this is creating money, but that money doesn't necessarily flow into the system. Most of it's actually going into the stock market currently. Here's one I find very interesting. BRICS nations discuss shared crypto to break away from the U.S. dollar and SWIFT. Very interesting. We've talked about the BRICS many times on these weekly perspectives, and it's another way for them, the BRICS nations, to circumvent the U.S. dollar system as the main way of doing trade. Well, let's move into the precious metals. A couple of headlines here. This, I'm sure most of you already seen. Mystery buyer makes huge options bet on gold hitting $4,000 the ounce. You can find that on the web. Just type that in and you will be able to read the article. Another headline: not many new gold mines on the way, Agnico Eagle's CEO Boyd says. Very true. We're pretty much, I'm convinced, and many, that the peak gold has already transpired. Silver's been falling off 1.5%, 2% most the last 3 years. And I also think silver will probably have a decline in 2020. And let me conclude by saying that you should be on the Morgan Report free list. Go to themorganreport.com. I will be writing, or at least doing a video on my projections for silver in 2020, taking into account just about everything we can think of from the supply-demand side, industrial production, also the geopolitical scene, and the strength of the dollar going forward. So until next week, this is David Morgan signing out. Hello, I'm David Morgan, publisher of the Morgan Report, and as some of you may already know, the Morgan Report is about money, metals, and mining. In fact, we cover all resources, from rare earth elements to precious metals. I've been publishing on the internet for about 20 years. My primary passion is to help people build and preserve their wealth. I love to make people millionaires. I've helped thousands of people via our research in the Morgan Report, which has thousands of paid members and 10 times that amount on our free weekly updates. Here's what you'll receive from our free newsletter: to-the-point webinars, weekly analysis of the financial markets, interviews and our conference schedule, special reports such as riches and resources, and various metals price forecasts. Our paid service client base is primarily small to medium-sized business owners, professionals in the industry, or the seasoned investor who understands markets and the value of precious metals. My area of expertise includes equity analysis throughout the resource sector, energy metals, base metals. We cover startups to billion-dollar corporations. We focus on a special sector that makes money regardless of price oscillations, and the importance of precious metals due to the ongoing currency devaluations. Our team of 3 analysts and support staff can help you build and protect your wealth. It's important for you to know what other people have said. We're passionate about what we do. High integrity and trust. Tell the truth and own it. If we're wrong, we admit it. Take a long-term outlook with major assets, and bet a little to win a lot with speculative situations. If you choose to become a client, you will gain financial insights very few, even professionals, recognize. You'll understand the importance of honesty in our financial system. You'll understand how the money system influences almost everything in your life. You'll be prepared for the ongoing currency crisis. And finally, I've chosen to make my life's mission greater than the individual, which means my mission statement is to teach and empower people to understand the benefits of an honest monetary and financial system. It's been a great journey so far, and the best gains in this sector lie ahead over the next 3 to 5 years. I'm fortunate to have earned the status of being a leading authority in my field in helping others protect their wealth. You can email me at support@themorganreport.com or call my office at 480-325-0230.